Hello, everyone. I'm Cyrus Brown. Welcome to the TSA News Network. Our story for today is a lush green pass of one of the driest places on Earth, the Sahara Arabian Desert. New studies have shown that the desert experienced periods of high precipitation throughout the last 8 million years. The rain resulted in higher vegetation for the area, which allowed for the migration of water-dependent animals across the desert. Scientists have discovered that the climate of Arabia was much wetter than it is today using a process of isotope analysis. They analyzed stalactites and stalagmites from Saudi Arabian caves to find this information. As the wet periods increased in the desert, it became increasingly easy for mammals to exchange between Africa and Eurasia. Now I'll bring it down to our reporter, Julius Black.
I'm here at the California Institute of Technology with one of their top professors in geology, Mike Otterman, to get a deeper understanding about the green pass of the Sahara Arabian Desert. So, Professor Otterman, what are some of the key pieces of evidence that have been found which suggest the humid pass of the Sahara Arabian Desert?
Well, there have been many pieces of evidence circling around this idea that the Sahara Arabian Desert used to be green. I'm only going to talk about the most important points, one of those being old lake sediments found in basins that are extremely dry at this current state. Other geologists have also found layers of fine-grained muds, silt, and freshwater carbonates. These hint that there was once more humid climate in the region. There are also stalagmites and stalactites formed in caves found in the Arabian Peninsula, formed through very slow dripping of groundwater. These cannot form in extremely dry regions unless some sort of precipitation is very high, meaning that at some point there must have been a humid climate to have these rocks grow to where they are today, its current state.
And how long did the transition between these climates take?
Well, this is hard to believe, but scientists and other geologists believe that the desert started out as a dry climate, then transitioned into a humid climate, and then back into the desert we see and go to now. These transitions, though, took thousands of years to switch, with the first transition being to the humid phase around 2,000 to 4,000 years. Then it would transition back into the arid climate, taking around 1,000 to around 2,000 years, I'd say.
And then how did these wetter periods provoke the migration of any animals in that area?
Well, the extensive monsoonal periods of precipitation that took place allotted for growth of grasslands and trees, which provide an abundance of resources for these animals to use. This rain filled depressions in the land, forming lakes and other water sources, which provide a more safari-like environment. Not only did the wet periods bring animals in, but it also pushed them further away, due to these resources withering away after the periods of precipitation move along, which causes them to have to move along or else they're going to suffer from the lack of resources.
Right. And then are there any new methods being used in this area to discover any future information about the past of this desert?
Well, we all know the expansion of AI into our everyday lives. Using this intelligence to our advantage with things such as synthetic aperture radars can also allow us to unfold even more about the damp past of the desert. I feel as though it's proper now to incorporate AI into the field of geology, and especially in revealing the past of this arid region.
Thank you very much for coming on to the show, Professor Otterman.
Thank you for having me.
Back to the station with Cyrus.
Thanks, Julius. That's all we have on this segment for the Sahara Arabian Desert. I'm Cyrus Brown. This is the TSA News Network. And remember, don't have a good day. Have a great day.